In 1947, banker Andy Dufresne, Tim Robbins, is convicted of murdering his wife and her lover, a golf pro. Despite his constant claims of innocence, the court sentences him to 2 consecutive life terms at Shawshank State Penitentiary in Maine, a prison infamous for its brutality. His calm and aloof manner convinces most that he is guilty. Inside Shawshank, Andy crosses paths with Ellis "Red" Redding, Morgan Freeman, a seasoned inmate and contraband smuggler serving life for murder. During a parole hearing after 20 years, Red is once again denied freedom, though he doesn't seem surprised anymore. When a new group of prisoners arrives, Red and his friends place bets on who will break down first. Red wagers heavily on Andy, but it's an overweight inmate, mockingly nicknamed Fat Ass, who cracks under the pressure. His cries prompt a violent beating by guard Byron Hadley, Clancy Brown, and the man dies overnight due to neglect. Andy, meanwhile, remains silent and composed, catching Red's attention. Curious about Andy, Red obliges when Andy requests a tiny rock hammer, supposedly for sculpting. Though Red suspects an escape plan, the tool is too small to worry about. During these early years, Andy suffers frequent assaults from a group of predatory inmates known as the Sisters, led by Boggs Diamond, Mark Rolston, leaving him badly injured more than once. In 1949, Andy secures a work assignment tarring a rooftop with Red and others. Overhearing Hadley complain about taxes on an inheritance, Andy boldly offers him legal financial advice. At first, Hadley threatens to throw him off the roof, but Andy convinces him to protect the money legally by gifting it to his wife. In return, Andy asks for nothing but cold beers for his fellow workers, earning their respect. Red believes Andy's motives may have been both practical and sentimental. Perhaps Andy just wanted to feel normal again. Later, Andy requests a poster of actress Rita Hayworth from Red. Around the same time, his torment at the hands of the Sisters escalates. One savage beating puts him in the infirmary for a month, but when Boggs returns, Hadley and his guards brutally cripple him, ending the threat to Andy. When Andy returns to his cell, he finds gifts from Red and his circle, rocks for sculpting and the Rita Hayworth poster. Soon after, Warden Samuel Norton, Bob Gunton, takes notice of Andy's financial expertise. During a cell inspection, the warden engages Andy in a conversation about the Bible, remarking that salvation lies within. Norton then transfers Andy to the prison library, ostensibly to help Brooks Hatlin, James Whitmore, an elderly inmate, but really to exploit Andy's financial skills for laundering money. Andy begins writing letters to the state legislature, requesting funds to expand the library, while also assisting guards and even Norton with their taxes and investments. His reputation spreads, and soon guards from other prisons seek his help. Meanwhile, Brooks is paroled after 50 years, but cannot adjust to the outside world. Feeling isolated and useless, he hangs himself, carving the words "Brooks was here" before his death. His tragic end haunts the inmates. Persistence pays off when Andy's letters secure a $200 donation and crates of used books and records. Among them is Mozart's The Marriage of Figaro, which Andy defiantly broadcasts over the prison loudspeakers, giving the inmates a fleeting sense of freedom. He pays for this act with time in solitary, but insists to Red afterward that hope is what keeps him alive. As years pass, Andy successfully builds the finest prison library in the state, naming it after Brooks. He also tutors prisoners to earn their diplomas, helping them prepare for life beyond bars. All the while, Norton expands his corrupt empire by exploiting prison labor for profit, with Andy secretly laundering the money under the alias Randall Stevens. In 1965, a young inmate named Tommy Williams Gilbellows arrives. With Andy's guidance, Tommy begins studying for his high school equivalency test. Later, he learns of Andy's conviction and reveals that he once shared a cell with a man who bragged about committing the very crime Andy was imprisoned for. Andy brings this revelation to Norton, but the warden, fearing exposure of his money laundering scheme, locks Andy in solitary and arranges for Tommy's murder, staging it as an escape attempt. Andy is devastated but refuses to keep aiding Norton. The warden retaliates with threats to destroy the library and extends Andy's solitary confinement to 2 months. When Andy emerges, he shares his dream with Red, to live in Zihuatanejo, Mexico, a peaceful coastal town. He also tells Red about a hidden spot in Buxton, Maine, a stone wall under which lies something important. Red fears Andy may be suicidal, especially after he borrows a rope. The next morning, Andy is gone. A frantic cell inspection reveals the truth. For nearly 20 years, Andy used his tiny rock hammer to tunnel through the wall, hiding the passage with his posters, from Rita Hayworth to Marilyn Monroe. He escaped through the sewage pipes into freedom. On the outside, Andy assumes the identity of Randall Stevens, withdraws over $370,000 of Norton's laundered money from local banks, and mails evidence of the corruption to the press. The scandal destroys the Shawshank administration. Hadley is arrested, and Norton commits suicide as the authorities close in. In 1967, Red finally gains parole. Adjusting to the outside world is as difficult for him as it was for Brooks. But remembering Andy's words, he visits the Buxton field. There, under a black rock, he finds a letter and money from Andy, inviting him to join him in Mexico. Determined to seize his second chance, Red violates parole and travels south. The film ends with a moving reunion, as Red finds Andy on the beach of Zihuatanejo, where the two friends embrace their long-awaited freedom.